CT side is where Team Liquid are going to start. Optic will be on the T side. Oh, double grenades for the Optic team. Stanislaw and Shazam will have some smokes and flashes as well.
That is a complete call-out on their setup. You would never buy those grenades if you didn't think for sure someone was going to cross halls.
For sure.
For sure. For sure, y'all. Lee's getting frisky on Banana. Now he's kind of trapped. He gets killed. He gets lots of info, but he was pushed up alone. Nafly late in sight.
Oh dear. This is not a good spot for Naf, and he's going to go down straight away. Gade will get the kill. It's going to take some getting used to for me to see, you know, these Optic players under this banner. Still getting used to that. Sort of like everyone got ejected, basically.
Yes.
From the previous iteration led by Militant Freiburg.
Freiburg and the fatigues.
Dictator Freiburg.
Well then, Gade with the 4K. Hungry for a fifth, but Nitro says no. Nitro says no. But Nitro may not get much more say in the rest of this rounds. Indeed he won't. And the pistol goes to Optic.
4 kills right out the gate for Gade. He has been a monster for Optic. I think in a situation where Optic have not been playing up to their own standards. I'm a pet tweeted after I think the first 2 games at ECS, we play terribly. And I asked him, do you mean played terribly? And he said, no, we just play terribly. And I was kind of emo. I was like, oh, that doesn't seem like you guys are in a good place right now. But it's still early in the season.
Yeah, I mean, with the construction of a team like this, you can't expect harmony. I think it's going to be far from a symphony, the song that they're playing. They'll need to develop, they'll need to see what works. Some people may be playing out of position, they'll need to be familiar, which means, again, it's like learning poker. You have to lose before you can win. Maybe it'll be expensive. Team Liquid on a 4th buy, 4 players with full armor and CZs, all CZs all round. This is a very dangerous buy. Nitro with the smoke grenade as well. Around the minute mark, looking to deploy. He better choose his time wisely. Sees a leg, but now how does he throw a smoke grenade? Very cheeky stuff. But he can't really do it, can he? He'll try, though.
He wants to, yeah.
I respect the attempt. I respect the attempt.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to, like, now he can't play with steel, and I guess that's really the big deal. So their setup is weakened by having to smoke there instead of in the gap he wanted. And Steel, he could have a good opportunity. There's one. The second will not happen though, but perhaps Twist can deliver it. Great CZ player, but not this time around. It's the UMP of Stanislaw to shut him out. And the bomb will go down. And Liquid might just want to play exits from this position.
Looking at the time on the clock, we could see that might have made a difference to have that smoke up at mid. So it was good. I mean, they saw what he was trying to do. They had his smoke was cocked, and they posted on him and made sure that he couldn't re-peek. So it was a good play.
Legion Nitro remain at this point. Play for exits or try to hold on to these weapons. There is a weapon on the floor somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly it is or if it's in reach. Well, seems to be in this position if it is still on the floor. Elise trying to steal one away. That tap may have been enough to take somebody out if he had landed a few more shots or any shots. I don't know if he touched them at all. But anyway, it is 2-0 for Optic Gaming. So far, so good for the Optic Gaming side. Hector, a fellow shoe aficionado. The man likes his sneakers. He asked me to build him a keyboard, actually. But he has been too busy to answer my specifications request. But I'm down to build him a keyboard.
I would answer your specification request, James.
Yeah, but you won't provide me with a keycap, will you? Where's my keycap?
Damn it.
If my keyboard, my other keyboard arrives before the keycap, it will be a sad state of affairs. A sad state of affairs indeed. The Liege now in a weird spot where does he just try and save his armor? Well, now the position has been taken away. It's funny to see the CTs running around with handcuffs, but you don't really pay attention to them too much, but you see it from time to time, here and there, on occasion.
Do you think if you sneak up behind a terrorist instead of like knifing them, you should be able to just handcuff them?
I would like the fuzzy handcuff
And
skin.
they just fall,
Wow,
fall,
fuzzy, okay.
fall onto the ground, they're
This
just
is
rolling around.
escalating quickly.
Can't do anything, just stuck there on the floor. Hands behind their back.
I mean, they're not for me, James. They're for the guy
For the guy.
that we're cuffing.
3-0 to Optic, and they're looking for number 4. Nitro's been picked off, and there are still 2 people per site. But is that enough? Will it be enough? WMP triple AK-47 for the Optic gaming side. They will need some flashbangs over the roof. However, may not be enough for Nafly's position. Definitely a man to watch demos of. Stanislaw, I think put his Twitter name as 21. Who knows why? But he's moving through towards the B bomb site, catching Nafly as he repositions towards the fountain. The water will not flow for Nafly or Elysia on this occasion. And the fish will dance for Optic.
That was really great. I mean, if they take this, I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but if they take Inferno off of Liquid, that is a great benchmark for anybody. I mean, anyone in the world, really, because a couple of months ago, and I don't know how confident they feel about it right now, but Liquid were world beaters on this map. I mean, maps off of very top teams. Definitely one of the best.
But as you said, it is pretty early days, and when you are starting out on the CT side with losing the pistol, having a bad economy, it can take you a while to get things going and to restore normality. So we'll see how that goes for Team Liquid as they move into the future buy rounds. This round could be interesting actually, because they did save 2 guns. Obviously they want to save 1 more, so everyone can have everything for the following round, but they can definitely buy a couple of things here or there, and we'll see that, some Kevlar and some CZs, to essentially just give more to work with on top of those M4s, and this could be a very dangerous round. Optic must treat this with care.
They are fighting against a huge bank of Optic already. Very clean anti-ecos. There was one they didn't even lose a single person. So Optic have tons of money to work with. Liquid are fully aware of this. And so for them, they want to do as much damage as possible. Taking the round would be one thing, but just getting some economic damage in is imperative at this point.
Minute 10. Where are the guns? That's a question for Optic Gaming. So they slowly take map control, force the CTs away from the forward positions, but with that smoke down beyond, or before the 1 minute mark rather, they can move towards the arch position later on and try to pinch the site from both ends. It would really compromise the position of players such as Twist, I think, is on the site above the box. Cajun B, a long way from home. Moving through the apartments of Inferno. No one's made a play towards Arch then. Nafly is in the corner where Stanislaw's crosshair is trained. And Config is still asking questions towards the B bomb site where Liege presumably stands behind a smoke. There goes Nafly. So maybe they will go for an Arch play after all, but now there's 25 seconds left and that smoke may last too long.
Steel forced to come out, but he's going to be able to drop the bomber. Pretty nice. And it's all lining up here for Team Liquid. 2 players left as Config now runs in. Clock is against him. A wild transfer will find no player as he goes down, and the round is won by Liquid. And indeed, we mentioned how scary it could have been, and it did turn out to be quite scary. And as Liquid have a full bank to buy off of as well.
I think the full stack that they ran into wasn't so much of a problem when they got Nafly killed at Arch, but they didn't give themselves enough time to go for the full split. So if they just had executed like 20 seconds earlier, then they would have had time to wait out the smoke at Arch. They wouldn't have been able to pick up the bomb, excuse me, and then they could work on the site more slowly, take down those kills.
Stanislaw realizing the boost in play, but he will be taken out. That's got to be frustrating. Read the right play, but could not deliver the kill. In the meantime, Nitro will take a headshot from Shazam. with the AWP. Took a while for Shazam to come into his own with the weapon, but on his previous team he most certainly did so. Will that continue on Optic? Time will tell. A new set of teammates needs to gel once again. Often important, especially on the CT side, to have rifle support for your sniper player. So maybe Nitro will show some of that on the next map. I think Inferno is one where you can get more individual plays, unless there's a push towards the A site, then crossfires can be important. Optic looking to execute onto the B bomb site where 2 Liquid players lie in wait.
Cool to see the full execution there, and it's going to do its damage. Dropping into the flames, but Nafly by Paul with a double, and that will give a solid chance for the retake here as Liquid slowly but surely make their way in from that A rotation. Bomb going down behind the fountain. Smoke cover for them to almost get across. It did go away, unfortunately, for Twists. It's going to be difficult, if not nigh on impossible now to steal, but he still manages to take down the AWP. But there's no more AWP, but Config still lurks. And Optic will reset Team Liquids.
It was a strong, very confident round from Optic. They got that opening kill at mid. Even though they lost the one frag at B, they immediately evened up. There it is, the straight peek. I think looked like Nitro was opping there as well. Just a decent attempt at the hold from Nafly, but the full execute proved to be very effective. It's a time where you don't see as many full executes with mollies, flashes, nades, and everything, but they seem to pick a really good round to do it on.
Ever dangerous CZ75's Nitro naked with the sniper rifle. Needs to position himself well to avoid some grenades. That means he won't be up a B. He'll be over towards us for the time being, but he's rotating. Elite taking some damage through the wall. Got to be careful where you stand because Shazam is Shazam.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
I needed more credit for my work there.
Shazam.
Shazam, not Shazam. Shazam. The S replaces the Z. Shazam. Shazam. Filling Nitro's inbox.
Well, back to A for Optic Gaming and
Shazam. You can do it, I believe in you. 4 versus 2, and Optic Gaming are trying to find a number 6 in terms of rounds. Twist with a long reload, and the T's can't punish. Cajun B taken out of the air, falling like a missile that's run out of gas. Stanislaw, 24 seconds to run into a bullet, and he'll do it face first.
Bullet, bullet.
Bullet, bullet, bullets. Talk that, it's 3-4.
right. Okay. Yeah, manage that.
Oi.
Well, it's not looking too fantastic so far for Liquid, but that is going to be a breath of fresh air. Hopefully they can keep the momentum going. They've got a pretty basic start here, not going too crazy on Banana, just the usual aggressive grenades. It's really important to make sure that T's can't immediately just get control of Banana for very little cost. You need to make that cost something. And Team Liquid have not only the control, but they have some vision. I'm not sure if they have a deep smoke on Banana or not, but they are going to leave one player there and floats the other Banana player. Indeed, they have the deep smoke, so that does allow them to play 4 towards A. Optic can still opt to go for a late retake of Banana, which would be pretty useful if they have the right flashes. Because otherwise, they just allow Liquid to just do this and have 4 players ready to defend a top mid push.
Not a fun position to be in. Oh, man. That was a very interesting way to get that kill. Seemed like he could have got caught off guard, but he actually defended himself from anybody peeking from far back and made sure to not get caught off guard by Config.
Interestingly, after that frag, they'll actually give up on the 4-man setup towards A. So trying to play it super safe right now, despite not seeing any follow-up on Banana. But now the fourth man comes back towards A, just in the nick of time as the push begins to come in, and there's no time really for Optic to double back towards the B bomb site. It is 100% going to be A, and the setup here from Liquid is very strong. Optic aren't giving themselves the time here to really clear these positions. They won't have... There is just simply not enough time.
Be a hard take of the bomb sites, and it won't be a take of the bomb sites at all. As Dan said, it's time is just not on their side. So that is a failed attempt.
They got so stuck. Like they just didn't seem to know what to do.
They did, yeah. It seems like if they're not getting that lane pick really fast, they're not executing. But I just think that it's so much more important to think about Arch, where you can just wrap around.
Yeah.
Instead of 3 players running up on a crossfire where anyone can peek at any time and they can just funnel their nades into you. If you just grab Arch from the CTs, I think you have such an easier time taking A.
Yeah, it's may not bode well for the future of Optic. I think Liquid are a team that is very good at feeling out their opponents over time, and as soon as they get some money to play with, we'll start to see them taking more good options against the playstyle of Optic Gaming so far. And I think the banana control last round is going to give them a lot of confidence. Okay, grenades doing some good damage. CZ, not the best companion of the AWP. Definitely recommend a PT50 or a 5.7 or a Deagle or anything but a CZ for those moments. Something with a faster draw time, even the Julies. Actually, do they have a fast draw time? They don't, do they? I don't know.
They do. Yeah, CZ has the longest draw time. Yeah, by far.
The score is getting closer now. Liquid on the comeback. I was recently in the Team Liquid player HQ, if you will, watching Steel play as youth coach. They've got a really nice facility there. Config managing to get towards top banana, but Standard Slaw's the ones to get blown up. Double boiler play from the CT side. A rare play, but often a strong one. Nice to pull out the bag every so often. Steel with a smoke towards boiler, perhaps expecting more players there. Not the normal smoke you would see. 3 Optic players remaining, and again that clock continues to tick.
So now it's just desperation, isn't it? You've got a 2-man disadvantage. Just got to pick a site and go. I hope you can get those entries. Team Liquid with a very good passive setup, able to play very well off one another. And the question is, if they don't spot Steel before he peeks and gets spotted, the push is just suddenly dead. I think Steel can definitely end this with his position if they don't realize he's there soon enough. They don't have any Molotovs either. Oh, there's the peak! Big damage from Steel with Twist to finish it off. Very well done. 5-5. Liquid have tied the score and also crippled the money.
Almost 300 damage in like 1 second there from Steel. So he pops up his head from the graveyard. Like a zombie, James.
Like a zombie? Do zombies pop up?
From graveyards.
I suppose they do. Good old Michael Jackson videos. 5-5. Optic Gaming's money has been taken away, it's been drained, it's been plundered. Their souls have been absorbed. Shang Tsung mode. But can they get any of their belongings back? 3 flashbangs as they slowly go on a pilgrimage through the apartments, and there is a boiler. There's a flashbang to burn that boiler. Love to see that, but it's not going so well for the T side on this occasion. Nitro is there. There's a flash of their own. Don't kill each other, please. Cajun B. His flash won't work out for him. In the where he is now. P50 trying to put in more work, but it will only be the 1 kill for Optic in that round, and I'm sure they would have wanted more than that.
After all of their efforts, Optic have finally been drained of their economy, and now save one more into, how much money do they have here? Yeah, they've got enough for a very healthy buy at least. So they'll be on even footing, but the table is turned. Liquid are the ones with tons of bank, and are slowly converting these M4s into AKs. That's a surefire sign of vitality.
So perhaps another approach here from Optic Gaming. Previously, Shazam had a pick towards Arch side against Nitro. Nav has got the AWP for now, can only presume it's spawn-based. He's going to be making his way towards a quick spawn for the banana position. So he might go for a pretty fast peek here. Deep smoke, close Molotov, far Molotov, and some spam as well. So a very safe way to do it. A third player there as well to support against any fast timings from the T side, of which there are none, and also to ultimately secure with that deep smoke that banana control before cycling back. So the best way for Optic to punish that is to have a very fast top mid take. Very fast top mid take. But you can see that now Team Liquid have had time to rotate that fourth and third man back towards A.
Yeah, but they still do trade. They still do trade the map control, and as long as we can see, they plan on extending this round into taking B control as well. Then that's just fine for them. This is kind of a reset into two teams doing what they expect of each other. Now Nafly, a very important position. I don't think Config expected to get off from back there, but that's another kill that Nafly has snuck his way into getting.
Very deep smoke grenade to try and save his own bacon. He'll tag one player, he'll get finished off by Leash, who's there just in time. And Nafly can continue to rattle off shots until he gets picked off by Gade. Missing a crucial situation. Leash, does he make the gamble play? He's got a flashback from a teammate. Bomb gets planted, only good for the one kill, but there's still a man advantage for the CTs with the smokes down. What does that mean? One player almost getting shot in the toe. I think that was Twist. Lucky to get away with that one. Idea was nice from Shazam, but it was not enough. No more grenades for the T side now, as the CTs continue their advance. A flash and a Molotov on Steel. Clock is ticking. They've all got the fuse kits. There is the Molotov for the new box, and the Cajun B completely whiffs. How did he not get a kill there?
That was his, yeah. He had a great off angle for that. He would have been able to retake B control. There would have been Shazam. Wouldn't have had to worry about him. That would have been a very big frag indeed.
He still wasn't even looking for that. Like, he had no idea. Yeah. He had no idea.
Massive, massive whiff there.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Because even through the Molotov and jumps, so you thought, all right, he's got him dead to rights. But
we've all been there.
We've all been there indeed.
Especially me. I'm not one with the AK spray. Optic Gaming, though, are on the buy once more. The bomb plant will more certainly help. Again, Stanislaw just eats the grenade. Not for the first time. He has been exploded on Banana.
Team Liquid have been really consistently good at Banana, and Optic haven't been really great at retakes. They haven't really been great at the brute force response as well, where you just try to fight utility against utility at the beginning of the round and just trade out, which can be effective if you're, if you've got the drills for that. But generally speaking, Team Liquid have been doing Banana very well, and you can see here they'll get the 5v4, be happy to give it up later on. But Optic are not leaving a player there.
Nafly also hit Conflict through the wall. He killed him last round. He killed Conflict twice on their B pops before the flash came over. So he's finding really, really tricky ways to be able to get that open kill in safety and then be able to fall back as well. So he's been a gem at B. Another great grenade, taking Cajun down to half HP. These grenades are the things you only see in the demo, really. But
yeah, that was very nice.
They add up.
Flashbang to burst from through the balcony position. The smoke is down, and they are going to get annihilated. Gade now trying to do as much as he can for what remains. It was he and Cajun B, and now Cajun B's got a clutch, looking for the bomb. It's on the low ground though, and he may not realise that immediately. The CTs are pretty far away, however, moving slowly through the mid position. Cajun B needs to get this bomb down ASAP. All he expects these positions is a player very close on the balcony area, and the sound cues will come from short, and Nafly is all that's required to finish things off. Looking to retrieve a sniper rifle, one would presume, so the defuse will be delayed while he goes to retrieve that.
What a recovery in this half. Eight rounds in a row. It's been. Oh, sorry, 7.
Yeah, they're looking really strong, and we can see that pretty much everybody's been putting in some good work from Team Liquid. Steel as well has been, so you don't necessarily expect him to be the anchor. You know, you're kind of expecting Twist to be the anchor, sort of the player on pit and so on. But Steel's been enabled pretty effectively, and he's found some great timings to clean up where Twist has not been able to do the damage. So really, really well played towards A, as well as the B players doing a fantastic job controlling Banana, hitting the AWP shots and Nat and so on. Just generally a really nice defense from Liquid. So very calming to watch. I'm calmed. Oh, hello. Going aggressive here, Config. Waiting for that aggression.
Close. Running out of bullets, however. Nafly will hold his ground with AWP, and he's still alive. Config not going to overextend. Being very careful, keeping them honest towards the B-bomb site, keeping them devoid of information. Smoke down fairly shallow in the arch position, which means that Optic Gaming can't necessarily abuse that smoke. Some people would bounce it off the wall to force the CTs further back. And indeed, Twist will try to abuse it, but maybe it's an invitation to peek. We'll see how it develops. Here's a deeper smoke towards the arch position. So now there is some isolation.
The gamble is out. Comes down to Twists. Can't get the kill though, and that opens up the A site completely. This is kind of an instant invitation to save for Liquid.
Moving towards the A bomb sites, however, indeed it is a very unlikely scenario, especially if there is a smoke down towards the arch position, and Config does have one in the hole. So what will they choose to do? I wonder what the money's like for Liquid here.
It's really good. They have a buy next round regardless.
Oh, I guess last two rounds, yeah.
Last round, yeah, so they've got to go for it. It is all to play for here. That bomb is ticking, but they're really doing a job here. Now it's down to Cajun. Beef trying to clutch it once again, but he manages to do it. Round number 6 for Optic.
That's close. They really almost just won that. I can't believe it. They even seem to... I think if they would have taken A, they would have decided to rotate a lot sooner after Twist died when he saw those people, but I think they realized that they have so much money next round, they might as well go for it, and still, just on a whim, almost.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, because I wonder if Optic, if that took them by surprise, because I think they would expect to save there in most situations, but maybe not realizing in that scenario that Liquid had literally nothing to lose.
Yeah, it's like a lesser version of that tactic that Shox' G2 used to use, which was wait outside B side on Dust 2 until there were like 10 seconds left, and then everyone jumped through the window and door as teams were exiting.
Steel is going off as well. He's having a really nice game so far. Not sure how good that smoke is, but it's good enough for Steel. Gets himself the frag there through the smoke. Flash there for his teammate at large, perhaps, to peek with him. And smokes everywhere, but Steel, he is just murdering them. Stan was completely blind. Another frag. Indeed, Steel, number 3 for him. He got 3 in the last round as well. He's really racking them up, and just Shazam left. And it felt like Steel was just making solo plays repeatedly there, and he's just winning the round by himself.
What's cool though, they actually had the staggered flashbang on short as well. Steel had a flashbang of his own, and then there was a second one from the pit. So if you hear him prime his own flash and you're in the boiler position and you peek immediately, then you'd get hit by the flash afterwards. So some nice team play involved there, despite the highlight frags. And now we're down to Shazam, still really going for it. Wants to pad them stats, baby. 17 seconds for the bomb to go down, but it's all about winning the round here. The bomb would be a formality. And there's a dig from Nafly, and the round for Liquid. 9-6 in favor of the chaps in blue.
Solid recovery. What more can you say, really? Wow, what a half from Steel. 21 kills, oh my god.
Yeah, he was really beasting them.
And it felt like they were giving so much more attention to B. Or at least a lot of the early kills from Liquid came at B. They did end up... I think Optic just need to... They obviously need to work on their A-takes because their lane hits were just really weak. As you mentioned, they got kind of stuck before they could get to the site.
Even even on pistol round, the banana flashbang, in case anybody's on that old car position. I haven't seen that flash throwing on a pistol round before. And in the meantime, the CTs are getting aggro. They want to give it on the mid position, but seems both teams will be doing that. Favourable for Liquid for the time being. Cajun B pushing towards banana, looking for info, picking off the lurker.
Should be a guaranteed plant on the plant though, here for Team Liquid, so there's that. They have the man advantage too, but again it is a pistol round, so never want to give that too much thoughts. Cajun be looking for that frag in the pits. Oh, beautiful boost there. That's such a troublesome angle to deal with without the boost. Nitro can sort of just sit there forever, but they're making it work here. Naf's going all the way around as well. I don't think is planted. Is it on plant on the side? I'm not sure it's planted on the side or not, but I'll take the engagement as the defuse comes in, the full defuse. It wasn't deplanted on the side. A very prolonged engagement, one of which will be won by Optic. That's the second pistol round that they've secured now. But the bomb did go down, so that's really the key difference that will allow Liquid to keep the pressure on fairly quickly. Really nice retake.
Solid retake.
Very important pistol round from Optic, otherwise might have been facing a 6-12 scenario. 9-6 always a dangerous scoreline to begin with if you are on the arse end of it at half time. So Liquid will pick up the odd pistol and a flashbang on Nitro. Config showing some presence, doing some good damage. It is possible to do 101 damage with a grenade on an unarmored opponent if it hits them first and then explodes.
I think Team Liquid are waiting for the mid rush at the start of the round. They're like playing it really passive around the pit, most of them. And I think that is sort of the general strategy here from Liquid, is trying to punish impatience from Optic, because Optic know that there's no way that Liquid are going to have anything other than Glocks ready in this round. And so you want to use that clock to try to wear away their patience, get a couple kills in, but the SMGs will really secure everything without too much hesitation, and that's the round for Optic. But now the AKs come out.
I really like that Stan pushed out wide there, because EC recognized that Config got full blind, so he was like, alright, someone could jump up on the wall against him and take him out, and that would put not only me in jeopardy, but the whole Behold in jeopardy.
9-8, both teams on a bye. See what Shazam chooses to do. Goes past the angle initially, but he can't re-peek now. Top mid will be smoked off for the time being. A reasonable amount of utility for Optic Gaming. Team Liquid with presence in apartments, but not quite in banana yet. Config doesn't have a smoke grenade. He is on his own, very close in banana. So this is actually a precarious setup for Optic, because if Team Liquid get curious, how many kills can you expect Config to get from this position with no one to smoke banana for him?
Yeah, no, it's definitely true. Oh, this is the worst case scenario, because they get this kill so early. But yeah, it was meant to be a bait, and also just how much time they could delay for the rotate back. So as we can see, one guy falling back. But they're hoping with the smoke top banana that he could get one kill for free, maybe do damage to another, and it would give Shazam enough time to come back and help. But they called him out completely.
So now it's a matter of pressing in towards A. They do have a player moving up towards top banana Liquid, but they have to make the call pretty soon, because just time is just a really big issue now. 30 seconds less than to commit. They start to slowly but surely make their way onto the B or the A bomb site, that is. Santos gets a spot here on most of the players. The crouch peek comes in from Nitro to finish him off, and there's like almost nothing left at this point for Optic Gaming. Cajun B though, holding things down. 11 health left on the pit position as he eventually is taken out, and the bomb is going to be planted with an easy 5 seconds to spare.
That's how you take A. That's the best way.
The splits. Indeed. Splits the defense and watch them despair.
Disintegrate. Shazam trying to hold on to his AWP.
It's just spam.
Shazam, just like his Twitter account.
It's just spam.
10-8, and we see the money for Optic Gaming is less than ideal. Chickens running around. If you go to Bermuda, you will find chickens running around. They have wild chickens just hanging outside the pubs, in the car park, among other places, all over the place.
How much are they worth?
Don't know.
Do you catch any?
Didn't try. Not really my thing, catching chickens. I mean, I wasn't there for chicken collection purposes. I'm not a chicken retrieval man. It's not what I did. I was on the beach. Quick kill from Optic Gaming, and they forced around that AWP, and they've got quite a reasonable buy out of it, all things considered. Didn't look great, but the weapons look better than the money did. Shazam holding down the B bomb site so far. Unanswered kills until Elige is activated. Can he get more than this, though? He's looking for a trade kill, or an attempted trade kill, rather. So we can cancel whoever tries. Got to be careful, though. His gun is poking out, waiting for the face-to-face turn away, but he will get traded by Config. Still has got to find two. Smoke on the site, but his teammate will do the job, and Liquid have forced their way straight back into it. It was a 5 versus 3, turned into a 2 versus 1 in favour of Liquid.
Shazam on the retake with an AWP, smoked off. Has to go for the switch onto an M4, pushes past the smoke. I think he got the dink onto Steel, but he will die immediately as well. So another great round from the likes of Steel and Elige too, just opening things up onto the bomb sites in desperate times. 11-8 is the scoreline now as Optic look at a very poor economic situation, and that flight buys a Bison. Why is he doing that?
64 bullets.
It's just, I mean, you don't get the kill reward. It's just worse in every way than like.
You don't get the kill reward?
Wait, you don't get the kill reward in the Bison. Oh, it's P90, sorry, I'm stupid. I'm very sorry.
You're not stupid, Dan.
I don't think you're stupid.
That's very nice. Supports.
Team effort. Yeah, spray it.
He's done with it.
Spray it, dispose of it.
That's great. This is the disposable gun.
How much is the Bison? Like 1800 or something?
No, like 11?
Is it 11? Is it? No.
I think it's more than
1400.
I think it's 1400.
It's got, yeah, it's not 11, yeah.
A rare
1350?
occurrence.
14.
I mean, soon when that Negev comes out of beta, the Bison may be rarer than the Negev. Suppressing fire!
Yeah, the Negev looks actually good now. Bit scary for $1,700. We're going to start seeing some very weird buys with that, I think. Double Negev buy.
I don't think so.
Get the bomb down, leaves a round.
I'd rather have a Mac 10.
Double Negev.
Cobblestone, anti-force buy. Smoke, as the smoke dissipates, get the laser going on the balcony position. I'm down for that. That's my play. Look for it. 4 rounds now between these two sides. We reached the minute mark, and Optic will post up on the banana position as the push comes in towards A. Flying out the balcony, and there's no kills yet for Optic. Finally, Cajun and Stanislaw will get some work done. The bomb's on the floor now. It's just Twist and Nitro remaining. Make it the latter. Nitro in a 1 versus 3. Cajun be half health with 2 kills. Delivering now for the CT side. 17 kills for him. Top fragging, in fact, for Optic Gaming. Nitro, though, very capable of clutching. Seen plenty of AK clutches from him before. Checking all the usual angles, trying to minimize his exposure at the same time.
Oh, wow.
That's a massive one from Nitro. Waiting for a response. Stanislaw's far away. He was looking for a rotation, but Nitro was already here. Config now. Going to be faster. But Nitro, so dangerous. Underrated rifler is Nitro.
Makes you think that they had a read of some description. You rarely see like 3 players trying to jump out the balcony towards quad or porch. So what did you make of that, Wonders?
I thought it looked on. I thought they were going to. I thought like we were just going to win because they got that opening kill, but there was good movement from Cajun B in the pit to get that first kill first of all, and then he jumped out and slid out of the site, totally caught Twist off guard. So it was a joint effort between him and Shazam, but there was a good hold there. It's nice. I liked it.
And with that, there may be a chance to recover. UMP still being held by Stanislaw, as Liquid will make their way up the middle position, or try to. They will be met by smoke grenades. That will slow them for the moment. So now might be a good time to go to Banana, perhaps. The bomb is moving around. I was expecting them to maybe drop it, actually. Optic actually playing aggressive on Banana again. We saw that in the previous round. It's one of the things that helped them a lot in the previous round. They managed to have a good timing on the flank. But in this round, they are being a bit more tentative. They're rotating one player from B towards A. And Liquid still yet to go for any Banana pressure. They may start to re-aggress it soon. These smokes are dissipating there. Some teams will just opt to not respect the smokes, just throw flashes over the top and go with the flashes. That way you can get control of Banana back at a faster timing, which is kind of important sometimes. But they will wait the smokes out and it's going to work out for them. They've actually maintained a fair amount of utility in comparison to Optic. They're definitely winning on the utility. And it looks like they could be set up for a quick play onto the B bomb side if they should choose to do so. But they are not with much time here. And they have to re-enter top mid with 25 seconds left. They are playing this a little bit close to the clock here, I think.
Very close indeed.
Flying close to the wind. 17 seconds. Liquid not afraid of a late play, but boy, is this late. Cajun B trying to last as long as possible, not revealing himself. And there is the kill. 6 seconds. Oh, it's going to be a close one. He might just have time. I think he does. That is really down to the edge of the nail, the fingertip, hanging off the edge of the cliff. Config and Stanislaw now, 2 versus 3. Stanislaw ill-equipped for this with the UMP, but Nafly and Twist are heavily tagged, so this is most certainly doable. Nafly trying to play a very tight angle indeed, popping up, Jack in the box. There goes Stanislaw. Config now, 1 versus 2. Trying to do what he can. Liege must be very careful indeed. Twist in the balcony, he's a low-health player, but Config will back off and make his escape. Liquid moves to round number 13.
Oh, that is so sad. They had like the... I thought it was way too late for Liquid to go back to that. We saw Optic lose a similar round because they couldn't get up lane. Somehow the entries fall in their lap, and I don't know, Cajun dies in pit. That's a rare thing. He's been doing really great in that position, either in halls or in pit, staying alive, getting kills. That was a big entry from Twist as well. And Cajun... Oh, it was actually Shazam, I think, who died in the pit. It was Cajun was actually on site this time. And was going to say Shazam did a good job delaying on site. It was Cajun. But it was really a last-ditch effort at that point.
Very last-ditch indeed, but it proves successful. Ooh, Shazam, what is that angle? Kind sir. Good for the 1 kill, but they've got a 2-man advantage. Make it 3. The bomb is in their possession as well. The grenade will be deployed to try and make things more annoying. Stanislaw, he was already in the red. Wasn't touched. What has happened to this round? Liege wondering what on earth is going on. 1 versus 4, and he's been spotted by Stanislaw now, sprayed by Config. Okay then, straight back into it, Optic. Double figures.
Economy's theirs too. That is a really cool off angle.
One thing that does surprise me is that we never see people spamming the apartments from the T side bridge, because it seems like I've seen a lot of teams pushing the apps, and that spam just completely makes it completely useless, and you can be pretty sure that there won't be a CT there as well. And maybe it's too slow of a pace for some teams to do it, but not really seeing anyone really going for it so far. But we've seen a lot of action in the apps from the CTs, so perhaps just a slight shift in the meta as to how apps work for the CT side. But
it's true, it's so powerful to spam down long haul. Like the entire way up, you got to be terrified that you can get shot in the head. It does so much damage as well.
Yeah, you just
I'm with you on
die
that.
straight away. It does. It seems like it does seem quite good because, as you say, like if they're gonna put aggression on in that position, you'd only have to spam it for like a short period of time for your teammates to know that they can get close and that they can't be CTs. This is such a window of time. Gay going massive there. Just quick peek into second mid. He's loving it, and that is looking very easy for him. This game could be very close now, I feel like.
Well, we're about to go down to 2 rounds between the 2 sides, so score tells a story. Nafly and Nitro trying to get anything done. Not much has really happened for Team Liquid, only 2 Team Liquid in this round, but what can you expect on the T side? And now Optic Gaming grow tiresome of this nonsense, and we'll start to push mid and finish off the stragglers. Liquid will be limited on grenades if they go for the AKs.
Oh, it's going to be hard to say not to no to buying here. So yeah, they're going to do it. Are they going to opt is the question. Looks like they will.
I mean, we can't forget too that Optic won both pistols.
Oh, Cajun actually bought a FAMAS. Did he? Or I guess he kept it. He must have kept it.
More fights in that second mid position, and this time it doesn't work out for the CT side. Just fighting back into the game, losing a man early, but Shazam will even things up. A minute 30 for Liquid, however. Oh my god, what in the blazes is that?
That was wicked. Hell yeah.
I have literally never seen somebody peek banana in such a fashion.
Oh boy.
Oh.
It's a big lurk, boys.
Oh no.
Yikes,
Oh, no.
3 of them. Line them up, baby. Oh no! Oh no.
Steel, does he go through the flames? He tries to. Well, that was a round. That was quite the round.
What the hell's going on?
Not sure.
What the hell is going on?
That was a crazy peak, man.
Oh wow.
2 hops, baby.
That's so awesome.
It's the stuff we all dream of.
There's some Quake. Playing Quake right now. Strafe jumping everywhere. Wow, okay. Liquid have been getting kind of wrecked in some of these rounds. Like, this is really interesting now.
Yeah.
Pretty much a full save for them. Oh, there's not too much they can do here. They're really just a slow but inevitable death. I see so many people die because they have the C-set. Where they would have like another gun, they could get 2 bullets out.
It's true. It is really good on the ecos, but it's a hindrance when you have to pull it out as your sidearm.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The nerf works in that sense, but yeah. I think that's when you want to drop your gun because it's faster to switch out of bullets.
That's the funny thing, because they more nerfed it as a sidearm than as a primary in the force buy, which is where much of the problem lies.
It's true.
How much faster is it if you drop it?
A little.
Just like a little. Ooh, hello. Oh!
Oh, he was going to.
Very blind. Nitro will be having that. This is very, very awesome for the Liquid side. Having top banana control very quickly with a frag as well. Gives them a lot of space on the map to work with. And Optic are in a weird spot because they want to stack a site? Or do they want to go for an information play? Do they want to just play 2-man setups on either side? There's a lot of decisions you can make from this position, and none of which are optimal without the information. And they decide to stack towards A. Leaving Shazam with the B responsibilities, and maybe that's why it's a good start from him.
Trying to delay with the grenades. I wondered if he would try to make a play towards the fountain position, which can be very strong, but he's prioritizing staying alive, waiting for the retake with his teammates. He is a team player, looking for the wall bangs, trying to send Liquid to church, but not on this occasion. 4 on 4 now, and the CTs are still streaming in, all from CT itself. Cajun beat the last straggler. Now, here they are. Grenade towards the banana position, but there's a gap for Nitro to punish Gade. And Optic may feel like they are at the point of no return, 2 players in construction, but really how can they do this? Running to their doom, to their demise, to their destruction.
There's definitely, you know, you think, alright, Shazam maybe could take another shot, but I like how he played it. I like that he got the kill, fell back. Everyone was very close for the retake. They had tons of utility, and the afterplant was just played really well for Liquid. And still, I mean, so the bomb down, you'd say the afterplant, it really does come down on like the first kill or something like that. So there was an advantage there for Liquid to take on. It was not a surprise necessarily if they won the round. It's more so a surprise that they won with 4 alive than anything else. But there was a good chance there for Optic. I like that they were patient about it.
This round Optic have decided to give up pretty much everything on the map. There's no pressure towards the apps just yet. They do have a light presence onto top mid, but Banana is completely clear for Team Liquid. So Team Liquid should not have too much of an issue getting the relevant parts of the map that they want. They use grenades to their benefit at least. So just chilling out at the moment. Smoke barrage. So that's a good one. We saw Shazam previously taking out Nitro in a 1v1 in that on that angle. But now we can see that Team Liquid can slowly but surely make their way to top mid. And there's no idea from Optic as to how many players are behind this.
Look at the time on the clock for Liquid. 30-second mark, and the bomb is just now being collected, heading over towards the B bomb site where there are 2 players. And in fairness, most of the utility has been exhausted and now the wrap has been activated. They have bypassed 3 CTs in the A site, and Stanislaw is going to be in for a nasty surprise. He has no idea this is coming. He doesn't hear a single footstep. Blind, and that takes the sound away. And that leaves Config alone, and he gets eliminated as well. And Liquid is still halfway up into CT spawn. There's a pop flash there for Liege. The coordination on point for Liquid. And Optic don't know what hit them.
That position is obviously really hard because Shazam is the key player because he's denying the split and he gets the info too, so they can rotate off of his information. But did they smoke Moto? Because it seemed like he peeked on the front side of the Moto smoke towards lane. And if that was the case, then if he could see Arch, I don't know, there might have been 2 smokes to make it seem like it was A.
I'm not entirely sure, but I do like the fact that we see not just this, but a few slow rounds from Liquid, because one of the effects of playing really slow is that the CT side, like the longer the round goes on and the less time there is, the more any information you get means. So it allows the CTs not to have to play for information as much because the time starts to suggest heavily as to what the Ts are going to do. So you will find that they'll often play much more on the sides, which, as we saw, sort of allowed them to very easily get a wrap through CT. Yeah,
so Shazam did have line of sight there. He could have opted from library or CT.
CZs are out again. They will yield 1 kill, and Stanislaw needs to buy some time. Liquid don't know what lies behind the smoke. Nafly very unfortunate there, but where is the trade finally delivered? The Shazam spam will take Steel out, and it's a 3 versus 2. CTs are far away though, so there is opportunity for this bomb to go down, but it has to go down fast. 1 CT moving through Banana, 2 from CT itself.
Very crucial to get this kill on Banana. Nitro looking for the 1v1. Can he get the good timing? The flick comes in. Twist is there with him, so they can play together. The flash from Nitro. And Twist peeks with it, and KGMB goes down as well as Shazam. So a 16-13 result despite